All right, everybody, this is Mr. Haig, and today I have a guest for you, and she has been my student for multiple classes. We have Miss Yatziry Ochoa, who is in charge, or actually you're involved with what now? Peer
mediation.
Peer mediation. And Yatziry, you are, what year are you now?
I'm a senior.
I knew that. And you're on your way to Boise State. Go Broncos.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
You should be. Well, you're going to do great there. So she is a great student, and she's did 4 of my classes.
Yeah, 4.
That's amazing, and I definitely am thankful for that. And of one of my very best ever that I've had over in this school, and I mean that. So Yatziry is in charge of a peer mediation, which I guess in a way. Why don't you explain what peer mediation does?
Well, in a way, it's about being able to resolve conflict between students. So it's mostly when 2 students are having an argument, or more than 2 students are having an argument, they are given a choice of, instead of being disciplined with a detention, a suspension, or an expulsion, they get taken to peer mediation, where 2 other students are able to resolve the conflict by talking it out, and for them to decide what they want it to result with.
And did you watch I didn't watch the Oscars, but maybe you have. But I know for a fact that most people on the planet watched the slap. Will Smith smacking, I can't say it here, but I mean smacking the crap out of Chris Rock.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I think that things could have been handled differently, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that wasn't the right way of answering to his reaction. Like, his reaction could have been different, like, taking him outside to talk and stuff, instead of just smacking him across everybody to see, and, like, pretty much the whole world to see, because it was online and everything. Myself did not see the Oscars either, but everybody did see the slap. Even I did. And everybody has different opinions, And a lot of them are like, oh, good job for doing it. And many, including myself, agree that things could have been handled differently.
Okay. And hold on, we got to pause here. What do you want? What? What the hell do you want? Why are you here?
Because I can be.
Oh.
Yeah.
You already finished?
Okay. Either you come in or you get out. We're potting now.
Yeah, I smell so now.
Okay. Smell. Anyway, so we're gonna cut that part, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, you disapprove of the way Will Smith handled the Chris Rock thing. I didn't understand what the big deal was, because to me, that's what Chris Rock does. He is a comedian. He roasts people, and you got to have a certain sense of humor. But Will Smith is also a comedian, so he should know this. But I kind of think that he took the cue from his wife. And, the wife gives him the side eye, and he's like, okay, I better do something about it, otherwise she's going to do that to me.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what is the main reason why you think that 2 students or a group of students are actually having a conflict that may result in fights?
Well, there's many scenarios. There's like the 2 girls falling for a guy, and the guy just paying attention to one, or paying attention to neither. There's that one. Or there's the smack talk. Like, there's rumors going around, and one of them is spreading the rumors, or one of them is hearing about the rumors and still talking it with everybody else. That's usually the 2 main scenarios going on a lot during anything. But, yeah, it's pretty much them arguing and a lot of maybes. They're like, oh, maybe they're talking mad about me. They're talking smack. Or, or maybe, a lot of maybes. They don't really know for certain, but that's when someone reacts in the way they do. Or body language. Body language is a good one too. The way someone walks across someone else or appears himself in front of someone, that can create tension also.
Okay, stop right there. So in other words, as a teacher, if I see like a student and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pretend here. I'm like, okay, you see the like I'm like moving away, like get away. So the kid would actually like get offended?
Yeah. they
Really?
would,
Body
yeah.
language? I guess, I can understand that, but to me, unless I hear something, I guess I just don't get offended. I mean, I'm used to being mocked at and made fun of, and people made memes of me and put them on all these things. And
Memes?
yeah, they put my head on a giraffe. They said the size of his ego. Anyways, yeah, it was bad. But anyways, really interesting how. I guess it's just perception then.
Yeah. It's mostly, that's what we always, when me and my partner always have to be mediating someone, we're always like, you're just thinking and not really knowing for sure, and you're just bringing it up even more.
And how often are they wrong to make that assumption?
It's a 50-50.
Really? So in
Yes,
other words,
it's
the reaction or rather the body language is actually real. So if you find someone you don't like, you have a certain body.
Oh, yeah, you do.
But why would it be offensive to the other person? Like, who cares?
Okay. Well, it's all depending. Okay, so usually the body language, you could see it more when they want to fight you. So when someone's already starting to like crack their knuckles, that's body language that they're like getting.
Crack the knuckles?
Yeah, if they're coming up to you and they're cracking knuckles. And
why would you want to crack your
already...
knuckles? What if you hurt yourself cracking the knuckles?
I don't know. People do it. Okay.
Okay,
Me,
I'll remember
myself,
that.
I don't like it. But yeah, if you're already hearing rumors that they want to fight you or they want to jump you and they're already coming up to you with cracking knuckles, or the common one is when they're passing by you, they look to their friends and they start laughing and then they walk away. Or they keep on like, they walk away and you're like behind them, but they keep looking back and they keep laughing. That's a common body language that a lot of girls have problems with.
Just girls, not the guys.
Just girls. The guys are more like, I don't care. And we've actually only had one problem with a guy, but it's a guy getting involved with a girl fight, not him having a fight with guys.
Yeah, I went to Arizona State, and there was a fight every weekend, and it usually involves two guys and one girl. One guy is talking to a girl that he thinks he can, go further with. I'm not going to say how further, but I'm just saying further with. And all of a sudden, another guy cuts in and starts talking to the same girl, and then all of a sudden, you got fists flying. It's just crazy.
No.
To me, it's just not worth it, But
no, it's not.
It's not worth it. So let me ask you this, though. What about social media posts and things like that? Why do people get upset about that?
I mean, who wouldn't get upset about that?
Me? I don't care.
Well, you don't mind because you see it more as a joke, more things like that. But some kids take it too far.
Okay. I mean, people mock me all the time and Facebook. You guys aren't on Facebook because you're too young for that. Yeah, I know. She laughs.
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. And Twitter,
Oh, my God. Those are for old people, them apps.
Yeah, she's not my student anymore. If she was, that would cost her some serious points. But at any rate, I guess I don't, unless the person is in front of me, I don't see the problem, because I've learned long ago that, I mean, emails could offend me, but I've learned long ago sometimes what people write is not what they think.
Oh,
Because especially if people type emails with capital letters and they say, I need you here now. And, I think, oh, my God, I better do something,
Mm-hmm.
or it's really serious. But then they're like, I call them up. Like, what's the matter? Or can you explain what do you mean by this email? And they're like,
No, I just
can we
wanted
talk?
you to call.
Yeah, nothing. So why'd you use capital letters? Oh, I did? And it's
And
like,
you're like,
yeah. Oh, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. Are you not supposed to? And I'm like, so yeah, and that's, but I can see how, but it's not to the point where I'm gonna throw a fist.
well, no, of course not, because it's not that bad. But like for us, mostly like what's seen in the social media is, oh, she's a, I don't want to cuss here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, usually it's like, oh, she's a bitch, or she's a hoe, or like a thought going over there. You know what thought is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't know if you really thought.
Listen, I'm around you guys to know enough of a lot of things.
Yeah, or they're like really descriptive with things they do.
I was told I was swag, and I was like, what is that?
You didn't know what swag?
No, I didn't. And then finally I found out. I was like, oh, thanks for the compliment.
Oh, don't worry. I know someone, I won't say a name, that think that LOL means lots of peace. So
Lots of peace.
lots of peace. They thought that.
LOL.
Well, they actually used it once in a funeral. They were like, rest in peace, LOL.
Okay. That's horrible. That is so bad. I can't even begin to tell you. Wow.
So, I needed to make sure you knew what thought was, just to make sure.
Why don't you explain to our people who are my age what thought means?
Okay, so thought means that hoe over there.
Thought. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
THOT.
Oh, THO.
T.
Got it. Okay.
Did you think it was THOU?
I thought it was, no, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was that anyway, never mind. So I better.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is that I guess your generation has their own language and their own little literature, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how you can come up with these new words, yet most of you don't know how to read. But anyways, it's just kind of a bizarre scenario. First of all, I love your generation. I think your generation is so... I would really fit in well with your generation. But I just adore them. I mean, I adore my students. But, again, there's a huge difference. Like one thing I notice is your generation will not walk side by side by a teacher. No, you'll just
It's
walk.
so weird.
It's
yeah.
weird. But in my generation, my time, when we walk next to a teacher, we're cool.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I know how that feels. And
Yeah.
then there's just my friends are like, "You're so weird. Why do you walk right next to your teacher?" And I'm like,
Yeah. It's
so
like
wrong
we're just
about it.
chatting, and when you chat, like either they'll take 2 steps ahead of me or they're way out on the right side. But I guess, anyways, I understand that actually some students in your generation kind of find that kind of offensive or weird, that you're kind of talking to an adult or something like that, or kind of weak, which is really a bad perception to have.
Yeah, they're mostly just thinking of like, oh, teacher's pet.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
uh-huh.
Okay, I have a lot of students who accuse me of having too many teachers' pets, and I'm like, no. And they said, oh, well, he's your favorite or she's your favorite.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They
No.
always say that.
Yeah, they all say, okay, well, whatever. And I said, no, you're my favorite. I always come back with that. No, you're my favorite. Of course you're my favorite. So,
You have many favorites then.
yeah, well, I do. I mean, you're all tied for first, which means you're also tied for last.
And they're like, that's cap.
Yeah.
That's cap.
Cap?
Yeah.
What's that? What is cap?
You don't know what cap means?
No, what is it, CAP?
Yeah, CAP.
What does that mean?
So it's like saying that's a lie. It's just
That's
like
a cap.
saying, that's cap.
Okay, that's cap.
So if you're saying a lie, like, oh, let's see, what's the lie that you could say?
That's I would say that's crap. So you take out the R.
You take out the R and you
Okay,
say
so
cap.
that's cap. Okay.
That's cap.
Okay. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
There's some students out there. I should bring them. Hey, that's cap. Do you like this class? Yeah, that's cap. Okay. Anyway, so the thing is that I guess we're just not understanding, because I can understand like the fights between liking a person,
Yeah.
and you're saying it's usually girls. They get jealous of each other because a guy, or 2 girls get jealous because they're interested in a single guy.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, never happened to me in high school. Okay, but I'm saying, or
No
the
two
guy.
girls hot for you?
No, hell no,
Sheesh.
not even. I didn't start dating until I was like 21.
What?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, whatever. Anyways, I'm more popular now as a teacher than I ever was as a student, let me tell you. So, but anyway, so I'm just saying that it's just bizarre to me. So you said that if a guy is not interested in the two girls liking him,
Hmm.
then the two girls fight, even though the guy doesn't like him.
Exactly.
Why? I don't get that.
Because either the guy doesn't know that he's leading them on, because guys are pretty oblivious
Pretty
about
much,
that.
yeah.
So, they're usually the girls are like, no, he likes me, or because he tells them something, or he hangs out with them, but just as friends, like homies. But girls don't see it that way. Girls think like, oh, he's texting me, he likes me, or stuff like that, Or he could be talking to one of them and be interested in that one, but then all of a sudden something happens between them, and then he's like, you know what, no. And then he talks to the other one. But the other one he started talking to didn't know that. He stopped.
Ooh.
So then that we had a situation like that once. But,
And so what do you do in a situation like that? How do you sit them down and you kind of let them talk it out?
yeah, we don't really do much of the talking. We do first a peer mediation prep, which is talking to one individual, and then let them decide if they want to talk between them, because we're not forcing them to do something they don't want to.
Okay.
So we first get the version of them, and then we get the version of the other one, and then see who's lying about something. Because either they're like, oh, I don't remember. And that's usually like a lie. Because when you're enraged or when you don't like something, you remember what you don't like. So we're like, okay. And then, or they forget to integrate things that they did that the other person said. And we're like, okay, so this is how it actually happened. And at the end of it, we see it as an overall. So we piece together all the ideas. And at the end, we're like, do you guys want to see each other, talk to each other? And they're like, sure, I'm comfortable with it. Or no, I don't want to talk to them. So then once they agree, we sit them down apart, because that's the easiest way. If together and they start having tension, they can really fast swing at each other and someone hit themselves. So that's why we have them apart.
Has that ever happened?
Someone swinging here? No. But we have heard cases of someone swinging at the other person.
What do you do at that situation? I guess you got to call
the parent. That's where we just don't meddle in right anymore. That's more of just like, oh, we can't do anything anymore. That has to already be a discipline.
Okay, so that because I hear there's some situations here that even the police was involved.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's weapons, not weapons, like, I mean,
there's
spray paint, what do you call those things? Pepper sprays, and
mace.
I've seen situations,
So
not
much
necessarily in this school, but other schools where somebody threw like a phone at somebody, and
oh yeah,
that's crazy.
It gets intense.
It really gets intense. So I'm thinking, let me ask you this: how is their home lives, though? I mean, these people who fight.
Well, it's pretty common, but it's problems at home, or they don't get the attention they want at home, or they have siblings and they're either the ones that are asked to do a lot of things, or they're asked to have a lot of responsibility, or they're the ones that the parents don't even care about. They're like, oh, they're okay.
That's horrible.
I need to take care of the other ones. It's usually that, or just like the parents, they are really strict, but they're able to hide a different side of themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of that.
So it's the personality, of course, coming from their upbringing, not uprising. Yeah, that's interesting.
Or even the parents enforce it. They're like, oh, she starts talking smack, you beat her.
Really?
Or you hit that.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Or defend yourself. If they throw the first swing, then you hit them back.
Yeah, I mean...
Don't flee.
I'm kind of a macho man a little bit, because if I tell my son, and, I have a son, I said, if somebody pushes you around, just bop them.
Just bop them?
Yeah, bop. That's the 80s term for hit.
Oh.
Bop.
Bop.
Beep, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
That's no cap. Okay. Right. So,
oh my God.
But of course I realized, man, I don't want to encourage anybody to fight, because when I saw Chris Rock and the Will Smith incident, I was like, oh my God, what are they teaching kids? That's not how you solve a problem. Doesn't matter what generation you're from.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, anyways, I definitely learned a lot. I learned a new lingo here, and I appreciate you coming in here. And
Thank you for
definitely one of
having
my very, very best students ever. And I missed having you this year, but anyways, you definitely are going to go different places, and you're going to be a psychology major, right?
Yeah, psychology.
So she's going to be used to all this.
Yes.
Maybe a school psychologist. There's a lot of job opportunities there.
A lot.
So, at any rate, this is Mr. Hagues with Yatziry Ochoa, one of my very best and the brightest, and we are done. Take care.
Thank you.